I don't think artificial intelligence is going to put programmers out of work, but it will change what we do and how we work. And being aware of that is going to help us, I think, a lot. I think that ultimately we're going to realize that there is a huge demand that we're not addressing in software. And when we're able to address that, I think it's going to help the rest of the world significantly. Hello, world. Let's talk about software development in this next decade and what it's going to look like. I think it's going to be radically different, but I think that ultimately, when we are able to use the tools that are now available to us to build better software, we'll be able to realize the dream of Agile. And I think the dream of Agile software is really to be able to make changes to systems even late in the development cycle. That's the second principle of the Agile Manifesto. And I think it's really important because that's when we know more about what really needs to be built at the end of the development cycle rather than at the beginning. So we want to build our software in such a way that we can leverage that knowledge and make last minute changes to software. Waterfall had a very different approach. The intent of Waterfall was to prevent change from happening so that once the requirements are locked down and the design is finalized, you have to wait until the next release. And the problem is that that represents a lot of lost opportunities. So being able to, rather than think of releases, think about software as a continuous stream of delivery of value. This increases the value of software and our delivery much more. That's part of what Agile is all about. It's about working smarter, working more efficiently and effectively on complex problems. And the Agile technical practices give us a whole range of tools to be able to do that effectively. Test first development gives us the ability to look from different perspectives at our designs. And that helps us build better, more resilient designs. And when we understand how to refactor our code, this also gives us the capability of being able to change our code so we can accommodate new features. And we can do it without breaking a whole bunch of stuff. We can do it safely and effectively. That's what the discipline of refactoring is all about. But in my experience, very few developers are familiar with it. When we get familiar with just a handful of practices and understand some underlying principles, we're able to build more resilient code. And I think that those things are not going to change, whether we're doing it manually, whether we're doing it with the assistance of AI. We still need to understand certain things when we're creating enterprise software, and AI is going to be able to help people with simple one-off kind of solutions. But there's still going to be a need for software developers to be able to think about and build and architect enterprise systems. Yeah, but it's a very exciting time because we're going to be able to spend more time and attention on solving problems. And I think that's what turns most of us developers on. What we really like doing is solving problems. And having a lot of the minutiae be able to be taken care of for us with AI seems like a great partnership to me. So we're going to explore all of these things and see how we can be most effective using artificial intelligence to help us build better and more resilient systems. So buckle up. Here we go.